Good morning, family. Normally, it's Facebook family, but I plan to download this video, put it on my YouTube channel, and share it with the world on other platforms. So, good morning, family. For those who don't know me, my name is Harold S. Reed Jr. I'm also known as HRJR. I am your MotivACTION coach. If you don't know what MotivACTION means, motive plus action equals results, and results equals success. This is Monday morning MotivACTION. Let me roll this window up, cut down on that air noise. This is Monday morning MotivACTION. This is something I've been doing for a couple of years. You know, so it's a few words of encouragement. If you're watching this live, you may be on your way to work or at work with your headphones on and got a notification that I'm doing this, or you may be watching the rebroadcast or the replay of it because it popped up on your timeline. Either way, I'm going to start the week out for you, with some words that give you some perspective about some things in life. And today, I want to talk to you about the long game. See, a lot of people don't know about the long game, but the long game is what makes the most winners. See, we live in a society that is what I like to call microwave adjacent. See, we want everything quick, we want everything hot, we want everything now. We want everything quick, we want everything hot, and we want everything now. Can't have it. It's the same way, see if I can remember how this goes. People want things good, high quality. By good, I mean high quality. They want it fast, and they want it cheap. You can't have all three at the same time. If it's good and fast, it won't be cheap. If it's good and cheap, it won't be fast. And if it's fast and cheap, it won't be good. See, we live in a microwave adjacent society. We can't have everything fast, quick, fast, in a hurry, as fast as we want it. Sometimes you have to wait. And this comes in different areas of our lives, right? Sometimes you want, well, not sometimes, you may very well want that promotion on your job, but you only been working at your job for a year, maybe 2, maybe 3. And perhaps you haven't proven yourself, but you have to play the long game. How do you play the long game if you want a promotion? Well, you have to take the time that you have until that promotion comes to show those who may or are watching how much of an asset you are or can be. See, that's playing the long game. Playing the long game is basically using the time that you have available to you. That's playing the long game. Playing the long game, once again, is using the time that you have available to you and using that time wisely. Okay? You may have to deal with somebody who's, you may be in an organization or a group or a club, and you have an agenda you want to see put through, and there may be somebody going against you. I've experienced this. But you have to play the long game. This person may... Listen, I had a dude, and I wrote about this in my first book. When I worked for Old Navy, the guy that got me the job, after a few months on the job, after close to a year on the job, the same guy who got me my job was the one scheming to get me fired from that job. See? Now, my thing is, all I wanted to do was make him look good. I worked hard to make him look good because he recruited me. But this dumbass, hashtag warning I cuss, even though I ain't really a cuss, but this dumbass, right, he took my hard work and the kudos that management was passing on to me. He was threatened by that. He took that as though I was gunning for his job when all I was trying to do was make him look good. But once I saw that he was plotting against me, that he was talking about me behind my back, that he was trying to set me up to get in trouble, I had to start playing the long game. See? Let me tell you what I did. I started taking the assignments that nobody wanted. I started coming in earlier. I started, if needed, staying later. I would sit at the post that nobody wanted to sit in. I mean, I'm talking about a post where basically this was where the employees and the shipments came in, the sign-in area. Nobody wants to sit there because I was doing loss prevention. Everybody wants to be on the floor, or everybody wants, people don't even want to be in the camera room, really. They want to either be they just want to be on the floor hunting, right? Me, I said, don't worry, I don't need to be on the floor. I don't need to be in the camera room. I'll take the desk. And I sat at that desk for several months. Harold, you want to work the camera? No, I'm good. My supervisor, my manager, my real boss, my manager, the loss prevention manager. Harold, I noticed you work in the desk a whole lot. Is everything okay? I mean, you should be working the floor like everybody else. We should be taking turns. No, that's okay. I'll take the desk. Somebody got to do it. Nobody wants to do it. I'm just being a team player. See, I'm playing the long game, right? And I'll admit, I was actually helping this guy sabotage me at one point. I was helping him sabotage me because being prior military, I have a strong belief in things being the way they should be. I have a strong belief in, if this is the policy, this is the policy. Shortcuts should not be taken, and if so, at the ultimate bare minimum, right? So if managers weren't doing things according to policy, or if I was asked to do something that wasn't in policy, I gave a lot of pushback. And that kind of rubbed people the wrong way. Because one thing I learned early in my 20s or what have you, this was mid-late 20s, I was on this job. But in any case, military life and American corporate life are not too different, but somewhat different animals. Right? And so anyway, when I was sitting at that desk doing the job that nobody wanted, in between signing in shipments, signing in employees, putting those annoying little sensor tags on clothes and whatnot, right? In between those assignments, I was reading. In between those assignments, I was taking notes and writing. Sitting at that desk, I read Unlimited Power by Tony Robbins. Sitting at that desk, I read How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. Sitting at that desk, I read Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Sitting at that desk, I read books that gave me the insight I needed to further play the long game. And these were the results. Sitting at that desk, I was the first person to meet the upcoming new manager for a store that was being built in a different city in New Jersey. And develop a nice little rapport with her because she was coming in and out of my store for a couple weeks. So I was the first face she saw coming into that building, and I was the last face she saw when she'd be leaving that building. And when her store was built in North Bergen, New Jersey, and they needed a loss prevention lead agent, guess who applied? I did. Guess who got it? I did. Why? Because who did I have to interview with? I had to interview with that nice lady manager that I had been building a rapport with for the previous month and change. Right? Playing the long game. Guess what else? I had taken my previous loss prevention experience, and I actually did something for Old Navy that I'll probably never, well, I know I'll never get recognized for. I haven't worked for the company in almost 20 years. But I actually wrote up a loss prevention training manual because they didn't have one. They just instructed agents what to do. Oh, Jesus.
So, I actually put what we do and what I had been trained to do in previous jobs, previous companies, I put it on paper and I submitted it to my manager. He submitted it to the regional manager, and they not only did the regional manager love it, the regional loss prevention manager, not only did he love it, but when they opened up a store in Baltimore, they flew me to Baltimore, put me up in a hotel for a week so I could train 2 new agents that they hired in their store in Baltimore. Playing the long game. Did they send the supervisor who was trying to sabotage me? No. See, me playing the long game, I changed my attitude. I used my time. You understand? So I got that assignment. I got the assignment to go to be the lead agent in the new store that was being built. And I'll tell you something else. This is what happened to the guy who got me the job. The guy who I was working so hard to make him look good. The guy who was trying to sabotage me. He got fired. He got fired because he apprehended someone and they didn't have anything on him by the time they got him back to the office. Last I heard, he was trying to train dogs. Matter of fact, me and my dad took a dog to him to train, and you know, shit, we could teach a dog how to sit. That's about all he did, really. But I hope he's doing well, because it would only bring me bad karma to wish him ill feelings or to hold ill feelings. I'm grateful for that experience because it pushed me and made me become a better person. He probably helped me get on my proper trajectory even quicker. So I actually have an attitude of gratitude towards that person, because what he was doing against me put me in a position where I had to start playing the long game. See, the long game is what brings you to victory. There's a saying that goes, slow and steady wins the race, right? People feel like, I got to make moves right now. I got to be seen right now. I got to do what I got to do right now. I got to do it right now. Right now, everything has to be right now. No, everything does not have to happen right now. You do not need to necessarily be seen right now. Everything doesn't have to happen right now. Right now, all you have to do is what you have to do. That's it. And keep doing it. Keep putting forth the work. Listen, me and my little kid, me and my youngest son, we have a mantra. Or rather, I taught him a mantra. I'll ask him a question. He gives the appropriate answer. Here's the question. What do you have to do? Here's the response. Do what I have to do so I can do what I want to do. Now, there's no time limit on that. If I tell him to clean his room, and it takes 2 hours to clean his room, he got to clean his room. It takes 2 hours. It's 2 hours. You know, you have to, however long it takes to get something done is however long it takes to get something done. And one of the reasons why a lot of people's plans tend to fail is because they rush. They want to go from concept to creation. They want to go from plan to product in as fast as going from 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, something like that. And the problem with that is you may tend to miss some vital key areas that would have otherwise made your plan or your concept successful. See? That's the problem. But when you play the long game, when you don't rush yourself, when you don't necessarily put, when you don't put unnecessary deadlines upon yourself and you just work. There's a saying I love, plan your work and work your plan. When you plan your work and work your plan, and while you're working your plan, you don't necessarily put, deadlines on yourself. You might want to say, I want to have this portion of the plan done by this time or what have you. But if nobody's really on top of you and this is your baby, this is your plan, this is your concept, this is your idea, whatever it is, take your time. There's an old song, take your time, baby, do it right. Baby, we can do it, take your time, do it right. I ain't gonna finish the rest because it's kind of inappropriate for this video. But baby, we can do it, take your time, do it right. Play the long game. The long game is what's going to bring you to your victory. The long game is going to be what manifests your greatness. Ain't no such thing as a first-time expert. I'll say that again. Ain't no such thing as a first-time expert. Ain't no such thing as a first-time professional. You have to build up your skill. You have to build up your knowledge. You understand? Ain't no such thing as a newborn wise man or a newborn wise person. No such thing. No such thing. You don't develop wisdom just because you graduated school. You can't even really, you could be smart, but being smart and being wise are two different things. And you know what? That's an entirely different topic. But understand this. There's no need to rush to get to your success. Your success is going to come. And here's the reason why you don't need to rush. Your success is going to come when it's supposed to. Not a day sooner, but not a day later. Your success is going to come when it's supposed to. And to top that off, if you're playing the long game and you're not burdening yourself with arbitrary deadlines, then you're actually giving yourself a break mentally, knowing that your success, knowing that your goal will come when it comes. All you're doing is playing the game. Planning your work and working your plan. Make sure you listen to my podcast. I got a new episode coming up this week, The Ice Talks. You can catch it on iHeartRadio. You can catch it on iTunes, whole bunch of other platforms. Whatever your platform may be, if you're not sure, just Google The Ice Talks. You can put hashtag HRJR in the search engine, or HRJR Enterprises as well. If you're looking for a life coach, I am opening the door for new clients this season, this spring. All right. So you can reach out to me also on my website, www.coachhrjr.com. You can follow me on Twitter at The Ice Talks. All right. Listen, you guys have yourselves a great week. I'll see you when I see you. Take care of yourselves.